forward to your new release. So congratulations with the
Thank you.
time. Can
Thank
you
you.
can you maybe tell me a little bit on how this album got together?
Well, this album, just like every album previous to this album, was just us coming to the conclusion that, hey, it's time for new music. Let's sit down and put ideas together. And when I say put ideas together, I say it this way because we don't necessarily wait until it's been some time and now it's time to go to the studio. We do put ideas down all the time, give or take. Like me lyrically, my musicians musically, they do it on tour. They do it when we are off tour, between tours. They just get creative, or they had an idea or something came out during a rehearsal and they put it down so that we don't forget. Now, eventually, they become songs. Not every idea has immediately becomes a song. Sometimes some ideas never become songs. Sometimes some ideas become songs way later because you kind of revisit older things and notebooks, and you were like, oh, this, I should definitely work more on this. I remember that emotion or sensation that made me write this down. So basically we felt in a way that because of COVID, our previous album didn't have enough spotlight, if that makes sense. We are not obviously the only musicians that have suffered, from COVID. But I feel like the time when we were ready to release it, and the time when everything kind of came out, was probably too early in a way. We didn't have enough shows and enough ways to present it to people. Now, that might be just our imagination. I don't know. But definitely with Time, which is our sixth album, and it comes out in February, which is around the corner already. Can't believe it because I'm very excited for this release. With Time, we applied the same thing. We just sat down, put the ideas together, revisit certain ideas, started recording them, started tweaking them, garnishing them, and then it looked closer to a skeleton of a project. And then you sit there and you add to it and you add to it until you're satisfied, until your own music makes you happy, you know?
Yeah, if you look at the previous releases that you make, where do you see the biggest developments?
Would I say that, you mean?
Yeah, what would you see as the biggest development from previous
Oh, okay.
releases?
Well, I I don't. It's hard. It's hard. I don't know how to explain it, but it's really hard for a musician to sit there, pick and point certain
Mm.
like albums more than other, or certain songs more, because you put equal amount of time, equal amount of emotion, equal amount of yourself in every single release. And I think that uh, probably one of the biggest, most important releases was the release we did with Endorphin, because it was the first album that we released under a label. Previous to that, we were independent for 10 years, and we've released 3 albums before we released this one, this fourth one with the label. And I think that it made a big difference for our career. I think it was like a milestone. It's nothing changed, we didn't do anything different. We just did it. We were stronger because we were not alone. And I feel like with every album we get stronger because more people are in our team, and more people are in our fan base, because every single listener counts and makes you stronger in this career, in this industry. So yeah, I think that one was the biggest, like, important step or push or whatever you want to call it.
Mm.
This one is very special too. Time is very special. That's why I'm so excited, because it's our first album that we released with a new member. Previous albums had the same members. Besides, the first one, we had a band member that left, to live in a different country, so he was not part of the band anymore in the very beginning. But that was only the first album, and every single album after that, we were certain members of the band. And now there was a big change in the band that we announced in May, and we started releasing singles after that. And the love and the support of the fans is crazy, touching and emotional. So this is the album, and we're giving it to the world in February. And of course, it's in a way a different album. It stands out because of that as well.
Yeah, I guess because I was seeing that you had Alice now in the band. Can you tell me, was she involved in your songwriting or?
No, Alice actually joined the band when we were already in the middle of recording.
Yeah, okay.
Because actually it's a longer process than many people think. It's first you compose for a while, then you put things together for a while, and then finally start recording them and performing them, rehearsing them. It's like every single process needs time and attention, Now, we were already working on the album when we were looking into a new bass player. And then, we started recording, I believe, when we already chose Alice and started involving Alice in the band's plans and songs and, everything. But we were already at the point where we needed to kind of get ready for the summer tour. And the summer tour was quite long. It was 46 shows with the new band member. It was very important to be ready, like on next level ready, not just like we used to, like next level ready, all of us, not just her as a new person, us as well, and so basically she did record physically some of the songs, the bass line, not all of them, but some. She did help with that, but no, she did not compose or record the entire album, no.
Okay, makes sense. I saw also you had one guitarist less now. Are you planning to have that spot filled for live shows, or are you just staying as is for now?
We're staying as is for now, because we didn't know. I asked this question, obviously, my guitar player, because I believe he is the one that would know better, because it's, the guitar, used to be, in a way, divided for two people, right? And now, obviously, with the newer songs, when he is composing, he is keeping that in mind. Before, it was two different things, because it was composed for two people. So obviously the older songs, some of the things he had to revisit and play differently live. And some of the important guitar parts that cannot be played by him are now coming out from the computer for the old songs, which is certain things that many bands do, and it is okay. We do feel comfortable being four members. I will be honest with you. We feel more balanced on stage. We feel more balanced in general in the band itself. Now, is it going to be like that forever? I don't know. Never say never. But for now, we feel comfortable about it, and it seemed to work out really well.
Yeah. Okay, makes sense. Let's look a little bit at the album and the songs. The opener, Because I Let You. What can you tell me about this track?
I mean, it's a track that's big for itself, I think. It's a very emotional song. I felt very nervous to start with that song because of how heartbreaking the lyrics are. And it's a song that is insanely personal to me. Every single song is, but this specific one is very painful for me. It's based on certain experience that I felt over and over again in my life. And seems that I don't learn. But it gives me inspiration for my music, and I'm able to get some sort of release when singing, when writing, when performing it. Now, this song came out with a music video recently, I believe a month ago, maybe slightly more than a month ago, and it is a very unique music video, and it because of the place where we filmed it. This music video was filmed in a morgue, in a real working morgue, and the energy in that building and the mental reminder where you are was not helping. I'll be honest, was not helping. I remember Alice saying, is it just me, or there's something wrong with this place? I don't feel right here. And of course, you have to, you have to relax your nervous system and remind your brain that, hey, it's just a building. And yes, it's a building that saw a lot of death, but it's just another phase of life. You shouldn't be afraid of death. You know what I mean? But again, other than that, yeah, it's an emotional song. And as I said, I was a little bit skeptical in the beginning. I don't even think I shared this emotion with my band. But I was a little skeptical when there was how to say, some ideas about the what order the songs are supposed to be, and that song was first. I was like, you know what? If it feels right for the band, I will go with it. So yeah, you can say it's a love song, in a way, love of any kind, not necessarily a romantic type of love. It could be loving people as friends, as family, as whatever, and just how that love can hurt you and betray you because you love so much, and because you let those people do what they do to you, and treat you the way they treat you, because we love them. We think it's okay, and we let that happen to ourselves. And it's a reminder, it's a very sad reminder that all our suffering that we are in is because we let that happen. We did it. We do these things to ourselves, and we forget about that. It's so easy to blame everybody else, but in the end of the day, it's our fault. So
Yeah.
that's a pretty painful reality that I was facing when I was writing that. Let's say that.
I think a lot of people can relate with that in a way. Your most recent single is Vivarium. Can you tell me a little bit about that track? It also has a very nice video.
Thank you. Yeah, Vivarium came out less than a week ago, I believe, like 4 days ago or something. It's actually it's breaking all the records with the views and comments and likes. It's so far one of the most liked. It's a pretty heavy song. Vivarium is it's interesting because I remember being the one and proposing to choose it as a single, because we were torn between a couple of songs, which one should be the next one. And I remember I was the one saying, I think this song has the potential to be, like that song that people want to hear over and over again. And I think Alice was actually backing me up on that as well. She also thought that. It's hard because this entire album we love so much, and we would just do music videos for the entire album. That's how much we love this upcoming album. And this song was, as I said, last minute chosen, really last minute. And also location, last minute chosen, because the first location that we thought and the idea that we wanted for that music video was not what we did at all. The reason for that was, I believe we had some weather, unpredicted weather conditions that were not quite good for the filming. And second, the location that we chose, quite far from the city. When we actually went to see it again, literally 2 days before the filming, we found out that somebody took it under construction and it doesn't look the way it used to anymore. It was an abandoned, circular, interesting type of facility somewhere in the middle of nowhere, and like in I don't know, in the middle of some fields with like very tall and high endless stairs, literally, like another song we have. It's weird. It was such a unique place that we have no idea what it was built for even. And we were like, oh my God, and it was like half destroyed already because it's probably there since early USSR or something. And so we decided, to see how do we film there, who do we have to ask somebody? There's literally it's in the middle of nowhere. Like, what do we do? So we decided to just go for it, right? So we prepared everything, even the special effects for the music video, for the production and for the set itself. We prepared everything, bought everything, and then I was like, you guys, who like that? Did anybody go there to see it? And I remember because we were too busy, we were on tour and we were filming a lot of music videos in between the tour dates. And finally, Vidik had the time to go and check it out. And in fact, it's under construction. Somebody is rebuilding it and it doesn't look as cool anymore. And also the weather conditions were quite sketchy for that specific building. We didn't know how safe it was because it was under construction. So we were quite disappointed because we already had everything. We hired people for that specific day. We we rented equipment and cameras and light and everything, and it's not that easy because in a couple of days we had to leave on tour again. It's not like we could, oh, it's okay, let's do it next week. We couldn't do that. So it was a very last minute decision and it turned out to be even better than the first one. Literally the main character for this music video is the camera assistant. And the guy that works with us for many, many music videos. He, for example, he was doing the suspension for me in the music video Black Gold, because I fly there, like kind of, he was doing the suspension. He does many other things, but he's mainly like, a camera assistant for, I don't know, probably more than 10 music videos. We know each other for a long time. He's been part of the same team that we hire. And we looked at him. He's like, "Are you up to it?" And he's like, "Yeah." I even have the outfit for it. He had that outfit even. You know what I mean? It was perfect. It was very, very funny.
That's amazing. I was also wondering about this song called Enmity. It was maybe for me the most powerful track that I found in the album.
Thank you.
What lies into the inspiration of that one?
Interesting you asked that. Actually, I think it's a very powerful song too. It was one of the songs that we also thought maybe to do a music video for. Maybe we will eventually still, because the album is still very fresh and you can still do music videos after. Maybe, but depending on time and possibilities. It's definitely a song about some sort of betrayal. It's a song about how, again, people that you believe in, people that you keep close, turn out to be like the worst and the first to betray you and be against you. As soon as you speak up, you're the enemy. I can't and I won't do names or say who it was. It's just every single song is very personal to me. So I was writing about what was going on in my life in that time, which I do every single time with every single album. It's actually, you know, yeah, the people that I've actually wrote other songs about some of these people in the past. So it's just the constant. I get very emotional when I get betrayed or disappointed by the people that I choose to surround myself with. And it doesn't matter if we're talking about, again, family, work, romantic relationship, whatever kind of relationship. We are talking about human relationships in general. In order to work with somebody, you also let them close. In order to keep a certain a family relationship, you also have to kind of keep them, like, open up a little bit, and otherwise the relationships will never last. And the things that happen as soon as you do, the things that you discover as soon as you do, are just often very painful. And there's a lot of disappointment that I tried to deliver through that song, for sure. Yeah, it was not easy to even record it. There is a phrase that says, the laughter and tears we shared together, those moments are now gone forever. And I have goosebumps just thinking about it. It's how much often, it's enough to be betrayed once or twice, and in order to, like, it makes you want to cancel and just do common delete to everything in your memory about these people. Obviously that's not the response, and that's not the right way to do so, but that's what I'm talking about in that song. And yeah, I don't know. It's definitely a song that we will play live, and I have no idea how I'm going to go through it, just like I have no idea how I'm going to go through Because I Let You and stuff like that. It's just emotionally so much that I'm trying to work on it. I'm trying to listen to those songs as much as possible, so I get really not numb, but like used to that sensation, and it's not as new to me when I go on stage and I open up and sing about it, actually live, because obviously these are all new songs that we didn't play live yet.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you haven't brought these live yet, so, but do you know what track would you enjoy singing most of this album?
Every single one. I actually can't wait to perform Vivarium, because at the moment it's one of the freshest songs and we are rehearsing it. And we are actually going to play at a metal festival on the cruise here in a week, actually. And we will play it. And I'm very, very excited to feel the power of this song when we are all live, because we are for now preparing it and rehearsing it separately.
Okay, cool.
But very excited about Vivarium.
Curious to see a bit about that. Do you, in general, see you more like a band that people discover via live shows, or people discover more via the music online first and then come to your live shows after that?
I think it's I think it works like that for the majority of bands nowadays. You get more discovered online than anything, because all these applications and websites and social media, they do have this algorithm where things get suggested to you, things get like promoted to you, things get, like, in a way it's a very good way, but it's definitely not the same way as like the musicians we grew up listening to were exposed. At their time it was more radio stations, and stuff like that. But shows often help, because our fans and listeners will often bring with them family members, friends that never heard about us. And I have received many very pleasant comments after shows saying that I don't even listen to metal, this was fantastic, or I don't even know about your band and I love metal, I'm gonna constantly listen to you, or something like that, and it's very pleasant. So it's very important as a band to do everything, especially nowadays, not to forget radio stations, not to forget podcasts, not to forget, websites, applications, live shows, if the more you are everywhere, the more chances are that people somehow will come across your art.
Yeah, I believe so too. Well, then I have no further questions. Do you have something to share with the world?
No, just thank you. Thank you so much for giving us a try. Thank you so much for supporting and listening. It matters. It makes a big difference. And yeah, and enjoy time when it comes out.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for your time, and I hope to see you on the road.
Yeah. Where are you?
I'm in the Netherlands.
Okay. We play in Netherlands a lot. I believe, is there a show? I think there is a show during this. Oh yeah, there is a show. I think there is a show maybe during this tour. Do we have
Okay.
it in the Netherlands? You should look it up. We are going to be on tour with Dragonforce and Amaranthe.
Oh
The
yeah,
dates
then probably. Yeah.
the dates are already on our website. And you should come out.
I'll see. I'll see if I can match the dates.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Yes. All right. Have a good evening. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.